sit there and figure out weights on all those, which will take a little bit. You usually put 10 on there, and the 1 to 5 rating is what it's really rating.
Okay.
For your weight.
Yeah.
A 1 to 5 number.
1 to
And
5
your
is on the
rating.
rating, but we usually go ahead and,
On the weights, give them 10.
this is the evaluation one for the proposals, this is the interview one here. There you go,
Weight, put 10 on all them.
I think we got different.
there you go.
Now, why do we have different,
I gave you guys the interview ones tonight here, but I had.
Is that this one?
Right, the interview one is, it'll say
Yes.
this, and then it'll have there's 11 of them on the interview
I
one.
think what I got.
The evaluation one's shorter, and I think that's what you just had out there.
oh, it's just different.
This one here is for the interview. This one here was a reference check on the evaluations when the
Okay.
proposals came in. Yeah. Okay. Is that Taylor's handwriting?
It's a busy
Hold on.
family.
A lot of the others, we'll probably talk a little bit more about the qualifications and go more along the proposal and the actual score sheet, probably a little bit more. Triad more familiar with the system, and so they were talking about the things that were wrong with it.
They had a little more information as the other three will have. Yeah.
Go get Keith while he goes.
Hello, how are you?
Hi there.
How are you?
Okay, you?
Also, far so good. A little warm, man.
It's a little hot out there.
It says 91 at the bank.
Yeah, but it's supposed to drop tremendously, I think, after the.
Yeah, that's
tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, I heard a high, maybe Wednesday was in
76, what channel goes, how far I come in here.
Keith, it's the typical 20-minute, 10-minute question and answer after that. And whenever you're ready, I'll go ahead and let you get some. I got the stopwatch on tonight.
All right. I'll get going here. Again, my name's Keith Bryant with United Consulting.
My name is John Myers, I'm the president of the board right now. Ted Bexlin,
Nice to meet you.
Good.
Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Mark Moreland, Doug Benjamin.
Good seeing you.
Good, yeah.
Y'all have
Yeah. This is Terry, you haven't met him, he's former
Nice
operator.
to meet you. I'll pass these out. Again, I'm Keith with United Consulting. Most of what's in here you've seen before. It's in your packages. The big book, in case you had insomnia one night, decided to read that. And you know, we kind of take the approach of these meetings are, you know, we have 20 minutes rather than produce a bunch of fancy things and such. We'd rather just talk to you, you know, and get to know each other and talk about how we would approach a project and what we've looked at so far. And if you look through the handouts, you can kind of see we just kind of hit on some things there that I'll touch on. One, a little bit of history on us. You don't know us very well. I know Shane Floyd's been stopping in here and talking to you and been in some of your meetings. Unfortunately, he's on an RV trip if you haven't talked to
He
him.
called me
I
today.
just got a text and they just pulled in the Yellowstone, so
Yeah.
he and the kids are RVing it, so he unfortunately could not make it, but he had good excuse. Myself, I'm in charge of our water and wastewater departments, and I'm also an
Would you like to sit down?
I can.
Welcome to it, if you like.
Sure. United, a little bit of history about us. I'm not sure how much Shane told you. We've been in business since 1965. We do all types of municipal wastewater or engineering. That is either transportation. We do a lot of road design work. We do bridge design for counties, cities. We've got our own in-house survey department. We have our own construction inspection department. We have, of course, all the administrative tasks and all the things that you're stuck with when you run a business. And then we have my department, which is the water and wastewater department. In my department, we do, again, all of our 99% of the work we do is for municipalities. We don't do private sector work. Just it isn't how we're built. We're built to build relationships with municipalities. And you'll see if you look through our statement of qualifications, the big book, you'll see a lot of projects in there. A lot of them are redundant. That's not by accident, because we get working with the community, we tend to try to do a good job for them, and it's beneficial for us to continue working for them and to continue working for us. And we do that for all types and sizes of communities, anywhere from small towns, town of Duggar, for instance, down in this area. We've done a few projects with Duggar. I designed Sullivan's wastewater treatment plant. Right now, we did Sullivan's CSO combined sewer overflow long-term control plan. Right now, we're designing some more improvements to their plant, a new interceptor around the west side of the city. City of Bicknell, it's not too terribly far from here. We did local collection system work with them as well as I designed the wastewater treatment plant. Small cities, small towns, all the way up to, we've done work for Indianapolis, Jeffersonville, Evansville, and really all types of communities in between. Again, you'll see a lot of those. There's multiple projects, and you can go on forever. Like there's City of Wabash, City of Hartford City, Bignall, a lot of those communities, Sullivan, we've worked with for 20 years or more, and doing their work. So again, we think that and we would strongly recommend that you call. We gave some references. Call and talk to them. A lot of our competition, they go from one project to the next project, and one community to the next community, and that's just not how we approach things. And I think if you check our references, you might see a difference there. But again, in our water and wastewater departments, and we actually do stormwater, they really do anything. Your issues that you've got here that we'll talk on here in a minute are right up our alley. It's what we do for communities all over the state. We did came down and met, got to look at the wastewater plants. We looked at some of your monthly reports of operation. We looked at your NPDS program. We've actually talked to Paul Cluxton at IDEM, because that's another area where we're very experienced working with IDEM. All sections of IDEM, but they're in regards to their degree orders. We've worked with Paul on a number of them, including Sullivan's. Paul was handling that one. We've worked with that one in Bicknell. Just a number of communities we help them get through the negotiations for agreed orders and try to find compliance plans, things that can correct the issue and communicate by and kind of keep them at bay when the community does something that they can afford in a time schedule that they can actually meet. So we do a lot of that. We came down and looked at your issues. There are a few. Obviously, your agreed order. The biggest problem there is your SSOs or your sanitary sewer overflows. They're technically not permitted. You've got one at West and Ray Street, one down by the wastewater plant. And again, they're an issue obviously when you have rainfall. So we know there's issues with the collection system. You get too much clear water into your system, and that can be by a number of factors. You can have inlets tied to a roof drains. You can just have leaky sewers, leaky lateral. And we've done all number of kinds of investigations for those in different communities and come up with corrective measures for those. The other part of what you've got going on is your wastewater treatment plant, obviously, is where everything goes. It's very old. The last major improvements were in the 70s. It's well maintained. It's meeting your limits. It's doing well, but it just can't handle the flow that it gets from time to time. And then also you're looking at, you've got a number of things at your plant that are going to start to build up if they haven't already as far as maintenance and improvements. When we were down there, your inflow pumps, you're having issues coming out the next day, they get it fixed. I think they
They have already.
got it first. You get a temporary pump out there, and that's, you know, and there's some issues like